there, welcome back to another video by Chemical Engineering Life. In this video, we are gonna calculate the material balance for a mixing tank using Python. If you are a chemical engineer, you obviously have seen this problem many times before, that you have two different streams coming in and they mix in one mixer, and then you have one stream that is coming out from the other end. So we have the following values which we are going to run in Python, and we are going to assume a perfect mixing, steady state conditions, and constant flow and density. And we have done so to make the problem as simple as possible. Now the two streams that are coming in, they come in, they get mixed up, and then you have a C out and an F out stream on the other side. Now the material balance for the flow rate is relatively quite simple, because you have FA plus FB, so it's basically the sum of the two streams. For the outlet concentration, then the formula, the material balance is the sum of the product of the flow rate and the concentration divided by the total flow rate of the final stream. And within Python, we are going to calculate the outlet flow rate and also the outlet concentration. So that is basically the entire problem statement, a relatively very easy problem which we are going to implement in Python. So let's begin. Now we are in the Python environment. First we're going to write up a print line which basically just tells the user that what it is that the Python program is doing. So we are going to write mixing tank material balance. There we go. And then first things first. So we are going to get the inputs from the user. And the way we're going to do it is that we have two streams that are coming in. So we have stream 1 and we have stream 2. So for stream 1, we're going to need a flow rate and we're going to need a concentration. So we are going to write input. Input is the function that allows the user to put a value into Python. And we're going to write flow rate of stream 1, and that would be S1. S1. And then we're just going to copy this line and we're going to write concentration of stream 1. And then we're just going to change that to C1, and I'm going to change that to F1 because that would be the flow rate. And then we are going to do the exact same thing for stream 2. But before we do that, just to highlight that when you run the input function, your input from the user will be stored as a string data type. Let's run it, for example. Let's say if I write 25 and I write 30 there, you can look in the variable explorer that the value is stored as a string. When you are storing these numbers as a string, you cannot perform numerical operations on them. So for example, let's say if I was to, I don't know if I can actually do it here, but if I was to write C1 plus F1, then yeah, you see, it actually adds them up as a string. It's not adding the numbers, it's not giving me 55 as an answer, but it's actually almost putting the strings together. So it just wrote 3025 instead. We don't want that to happen. So in order to fix that, you can either store these two numbers as integers, or you can store them as float. We're going to go with the float value, and I'll show you exactly what a float does. I'm going to write float in the very beginning. A float is basically a function in, it's basically a data type of Python. So when I run now, and I'm going to write the exact same numbers, so 25 and 30, then you'll see that now it's stored with a decimal place. And that's very helpful because we want the output to be in a specific number of decimal places. So therefore, we're going to apply the float function on the inputs. Now, if I was to write C1 plus F1, then you'll see it gives me 55. So do remember that when you are running the input function, all the input is stored as string data type and not as a number automatically. So therefore, you have to convert that input into either an integer or into a float data type. And I'm just going to copy paste this again, and I'm just going to change this to F2, C2, and then we know that this is for stream 2, hence this is F2, and then this is for stream 2, hence this is C2. So now the user is going to give a value for the flow rate of the stream 1 and the concentration of stream 1, and then the same thing for stream 2 and for the flow rate and the concentration. Now, more or less, we have all the information that we actually need in order to perform the material balance. So first thing, we're going to calculate the total flow rate, and that would just be F out, and that is basically just F1 plus F2. So now, since they are float data types, then we are certain that when we add them together, we are going to get the final value. At the same time, then we are going to calculate the outlet concentration of the mixed stream. And that is calculated using the formula shown earlier. And I'm just going to write F1 multiplied by C1 plus F2 multiplied by C2 divided by F out. So now we have calculated the F out, the flow rate that is coming out of the outstream, and the concentration of the outstream. But the thing is that unless we print the results out, the user will not be able to see the final values. So therefore, we need to write the output for the user, and we do so by using the print F function. So we write F, and then we say the total. Oh, and I'm going to write \n, and what it basically does is that it creates creates a new line in your output. Like for example, if I don't write n, my print statement will be directly below concentration of stream. But if I write n, then it creates a line break right after. So we're going to write total outlet flow rate, and then I'm going to write this. And then if you need to insert a variable into our print statement, and that's why we wrote f in the very beginning, then you write a curly statement. Now the variable that we want to be inserted into this sentence is f out. So we'll write f out. And then since we want the result to be in 2 decimal places, then we're going to write 02 f. And then we can write the unit right after. At the same time, then we're going to do the exact same for another one, and that would be the total concentration. I'm going to write outlet concentration, and that is the variable C out, and that we actually would like to be in 4 decimal places, and that is in moles per liter. And that's where the program then just merely ends. There we go. So that's essentially how you could solve a mass balance in Python. But let's check if it actually works or not. And I will clear the variables. If you would like to delete all the variables that you already have in the system, you can do so by clicking right here in the variable explorer. And then I'm going to write clear so that our console is also cleared from the previous commands that we have run. Then I will go all the way over here and I will click run. So now we have the heading, mixing tank material balance. The system is asking for the flow rate of stream 1. Let's just say that is 25. And let's just say the concentration is 10. And let's say the flow rate is 30 and that is 15. And if I enter it, then you'll see that I get the result to be the total outlet flow rate is 55 liters per minute, which is correct because if you add them together, you get 55. And the outlet concentration based on the formula that we have given is calculated to be 12.7273 moles per liter. The main takeaway obviously is that the decimal places for the flow rate is 2 and for the outlet concentration that's 4. Exactly how we wanted Python to present the solution. At the same time, if you look at the variable explorer, then you'll see that all of your data, all of your inputs or variables, they are stored as float data types. Hence, that is also very helpful, and that is why the calculations are done in an easier manner. If even one of them was a string, then you would have hit a wall, and you would have gotten an error out of Python. So that's essentially how you can solve a material balance using Python. And this is only done so for 2 streams. You can obviously increase it by and do it for 8, 10, 12, no matter how many streams you have. But then you'll just have to update the formula accordingly, whatever the formula is for more than 2 streams. And that was all for this video. And like, share, and subscribe to Chemical Engineering Life for more videos and to see how Python can be used in chemical engineering. And once again, thank you for watching and have a great day.